Hi guys, it's me Crystal with Love, Peace, Spirits, Tea, and Gardening, and I'm back. And I just want to show you guys. I forgot about my hydroponic system, and it was in the garage, so I got it out and I cleaned it. I haven't used it in a while, so just to experiment, I put Swiss chard in it, and I just want to see what it would do. So I cleaned it up, and that's what I did. These here, I lost these domes. I only had 4. I don't know what the rest of them are in the move. So I took the tops of my parfait cups that I make my Greek yogurt and fruit parfaits with, and I took the lid and put it there. So don't talk about me. Yes, I know. Don't talk about me at all. But this hydroponic system I got from an estate sale. The guy was having an estate sale, and he didn't know my husband was there with me. He was on one side of the house, I was on the other side, and he started giving me stuff, was like flirting or whatever, asked me for my number. So I said okay. And so he said, you want this? You know how to use this? And I said, yeah, I know how to use it. He said, you want it? I said, I really did. I didn't want to tell him I wanted it, but I was like, yeah. And it had never been used before. I was the only person that had used it. So when I got it, so I tried to clean as much of this. This is an old, that's an old root, but I try to clean up as much as possible around here because it does corrode a little bit. So I tried to clean it off and stuff, and I put it back up, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna put it right here in the kitchen and let it be used. And I was gonna put some Swiss chard in it, but I'm going to take it out and transplant it. So what I'm gonna do is transplant it into some soil once it grows. If it grows, some like muddy kind of soil that's really muddy, so it'll transplant. Because I know I did what do you call it, some chamomile, and it died instantly because it wasn't in that water. So someone told me to actually, one of my neighbors told me actually to take the chamomile, take the what I use out and just put it in some soil and kind of like transition it from this to regular water to some muddy soil, then to the dirt. And I was like, I have to do all of that, but yeah, I guess that's what you got to do. So yeah, because it has the little pod thing in there. If you know how it is, like it has the little pod thing. There's a seed in there. So yeah, yep, I'm gonna let it grow and do what it's gonna do and all of that. So then I cut these tops of these strawberries out, and I was like, what can I do with this instead of, because I don't compost. I wouldn't take care of compost, and I'm being honest with you, I just wouldn't take care of it. But I cut the tops of my strawberries and put them in the refrigerator because I eat a lot of fruit because of the surgery I've had. I eat more fruit for a snack or when I'm craving sweets. So yeah, I had to hurry up and cut up my strawberries and put them in a mason jar so they'll last longer. But I do have these strawberry tops. I said I was gonna, I don't know, I heard someone say that they took their strawberry tops and just sat them on top of the dirt, and they actually took off. I'm not quite sure how that really works. I'm gonna do a little bit of research today if I have time, and get those put in the ground somewhere, because I missed the timeline for strawberries, and it may be too hot, but I'm gonna try something anyway. And I'm gonna try those. But y'all excuse the junkiness in my kitchen, but I did make me some. I cut off the ends of the peppers and stuff so I can put peppers in here. And then I put a little garlic, some dill, vinegar, salt, sugar, water, and I cooked the brine and poured it off in here. And I realized I had a huge gap. It was like that much of a gap. So yeah, it popped. So I was gonna take it. I took it and put a few tomatoes in here, because this is just going in the refrigerator. It's not something that I'm making shelf stable. I just heated up the brine and put it in here, and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator so I can eat out of this or whatever. This is not nothing that I'm putting on the cabinet or whatever. So yeah, it's just something that I can, you know, when it get hot, over time I probably take some fresh carrots and cut them up and put it in here and stuff like that. And I normally make this kind of stuff up, and my dad loves this. He likes for me to make him up a jar of stuff like this. This is a lot of peppers in here, but this is all the peppers I had harvested, and I wasn't, you know, wanting to throw them away or anything, but I did put them in here so I can have it. So it's just going in the refrigerator. So it's just like, I just pickled it and I put some dill in here. I don't know if you can see the dill. Yeah, there you go. I put some dill in here, some garlic and all of that, a little salt, little sugar, white vinegar. I normally would use apple cider vinegar, but I didn't. But white vinegar and water. I did half and half vinegar and water. So yeah. So that's what I've done so far with the stuff that I did harvest. But now I'm gonna try to put this stuff in some seed starting. So I'm gonna tell you what I got right here before I actually go outside, because I have to set up me a bucket with some ice water in it and put my Ryobi fan on it so that I can actually be cool and let it blow on me, because I have to get the dirt, bring it over here under the gazebo and everything so I can be cool. I plan on being cool. So I got a call from, let me turn the camera this way so we can be personal and not behind the scene. Yeah, we can be a little personal. So that was so ghetto, and I don't know. But anyway, so I got a call from one of the YouTubers. I'm not gonna really say names because I don't know if how she would feel about me mentioning her like that. But she called me and she said, "You know how you are. You ain't successful with no cabbage. So I need you to get on it. You ain't supposed to seed start cabbage till July, but you need a head start." And I was just like, "Ooh, read me." So she called me through Facebook. That's the thing. I never gave her my number. She called me through Facebook, but I laughed. Cause I couldn't. I was like, who is this? But I got it. I got it. So she right. I'm not successful with growing cabbage or anything like that. So I get it. That's what we gonna do. We gonna get it together. So yeah. And y'all, I had to cut my nails off because those were my real nails when they were red and they were long. Those are my real nails. And my real nails do get really, really long. So I had to cut them off because it wasn't gonna work with. And I just had to cut them off and redo them again. I do my own nails. I do not go and get my nails done. I'm licensed nail technician as well as a hairstylist. So I'm gonna do my own nails. I went to school and spent that money. I'm gonna put it to use. So yeah. So anyway, I gotta take these out. So let me pull some of this out, and then I can, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I started looking at the seed packs and going through all my seed packs here. Yes. And they're not as full as it was. Let me turn it this way a little bit. There we go. Because I got really dark. They're not as full as they used to be when I first started. Because I would buy seeds. Like, I would go and spend $200 on seeds. I would, at a time. I really would. So, I kind of slowed down on buying seeds. Because I need to start saving my own seeds. And I want to be able to grow things and save my own seeds. I didn't do too much with those peppers. Because those are store-bought peppers. Well, they started the seeds themselves. I want to save the seeds of the plants that I use, because every time I buy those plants from the box stores and I try to save the seeds, they don't do anything. So I want to like order seeds from Rare Seeds or In My Garden or places like that and save my seeds. I don't want to do those seeds because they never do what I need them to do. They never grow. They never do anything. So yes. So if they say like certain seeds like In My Garden or Rare Seeds or Oh, this is in my gardener. Oh, okay, well that's in my garden seed, so yeah. It was another pack I wanted to save seeds from. Well, really all of these, even these companies, I want to save seeds if I can. But anyway, let me get started. So put that to the side. So I looked up kale, and I saw that kale in my area was until June. So put in mind, when you see this video, it may be mid-July because I have so many other videos in front. So don't talk about me, just hear me out. This kale, this brand of kale, the Dwarf Blue Curled Vates, I'm gonna try to seed start these. Get those out of the way. I have the Waltham broccoli. That again, these are seeds that I've ordered years ago from In My Gardener. What better way to try something if I'm not used to it or good at it than to use my older seeds first, instead of seeds that I just purchased and then I don't really do well with it. So these right here, because today is, what is today's date? Saturday, June 28th. That's today's date. So I'm gonna try to get this in from June, and I know they mean beginning of June, not end of June, but don't talk about me. So celery. Let me tell y'all something. The first year I grew celery, I grew it on my apartment balcony. And I grew that cement mixing tub that, what's his name? Is it Lead Farmer? I think that's who it was. He used those black cement mixing tubs. And I said, I'm gonna go get one. I got one. And I took every pack of celery that I had and sprinkled, I think it was like 3 or 4 packs, and sprinkled those celery seeds on top of that dirt. Sprinkled a little dirt over it and kind of patted in and watered it. And I grew so much celery that, I kid you not, I've been in that other house since 2020. And it's 2025, we moved in this house. That apartment was before 2020. We was in there 2017. I started those celery seeds 2019, at the beginning of that pandemic. And I'm just now finishing my celery that I had in the freezer. Y'all, I'm that kind of person. I'm not throwing it away. I'm gonna use it. If it's not freezer burn, if it don't smell like the freezer, we gonna use it. And I food saver, put the celery in the food saver bags. It lasted, y'all. It lasted. I'm just now, and I'm gonna say just now because I'm talking about last Thanksgiving, just used the last, no, I'm lying. I made some bone broth, some turkey bone broth, and I just used the last of that celery for that bone broth in January. And that was the last of that celery. So I am completely out of celery. I gotta go back to the store and buy celery. It felt good to not ever have to touch celery. So this is just a little bit. This is all I got. I got some more. But I tried to grow it again like that, and I could never get it to grow. So, again, these little cups that I told y'all I bought from Dollar Tree, $1.24, $1.25, $1.25 tree. So, yeah, they're going in there. They are. So, yeah, I'm going to do these. These came from Seed Kingdom. So, I got these, seedkingdom.com. I think I purchased these on Etsy. I think that's what I did. So these are the Jersey Wakefield early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. I do get these to grow. I grow these every year. It's just I don't have enough time for them to get to their full potential. So this is the reason that I got the call on Facebook from one of the other YouTubers that said, hey, look girl, You know you slow at growing. You real slow at growing. So yeah. He gonna make an appearance in every video I got, y'all. My brother-in-law. Y'all need to go get y'all one like mine. Anyway, then I have these. These came from In My Garden, the red ace cabbage. They grow for me, but they just grow so slow. And again, I don't have enough. I got a gnat in here. I don't have enough time for them to grow. So again, this is why she said what she said, and I'm not mad at her. I take full constructive criticism. I understand, because a lot of things, I don't have my grandmothers anymore. I only had one great grandfather, but my grandfathers are gone. So for, like, when I say grandfathers, I only had a great grandfather that was able to tell me something, and it was never about gardening. So because that just wasn't our conversation. So but I had an adopted grandfather, which was my husband's grandfather, and he was the best. Oh my God. If he was my grandfather, he was the best. He just made a lot of babies, but he was the best, okay? And I'm talking about in his older age, he made a lot of babies. So we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep loving him regardless. We are. Wherever he may, I pray that he's resting in peace, but because it hurt me to the soul that my grandfather left me. That was not, he was my husband's, but that wasn't my husband's. He was mine. He claimed me before he claimed my husband, yes. So anyway, I got these from In My Garden, the Purple Savoy cabbage, and I want to try these. I've never tried these before. I don't even know if this is the right time to grow these, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Now these right here, these have always done me right. I don't know what it is about these, but these have always done me right. If I was to ever have a cabbage, I got it out of these. It wasn't formed, but it was a bunch of leaves. In this house, we must serve the Lord. We do not throw away those leaves. We use them. We use those green leaves. Yes, we do. Especially if we're not making sauerkraut or anything like that, coleslaw, whatever, we must use those leaves. Yes, we don't throw nothing away. I learned them from Granny and Great Grandma. Yeah. What that girl say on I forgot that show. On My Mama. She always hollering on my mama. On my grandma. On my great grandma. Yeah. So I got the Copenhagen Market Early cabbage. So that's another cabbage I'm going to use. Again, these are gonna go in these. Because they can stay longer in these and spread. Now, I did show y'all some seeds starting that I was trying. Those didn't do anything. I'm going to take that soil, even though it has seeds. I'm going to take that soil. Hold on, this is my husband. Yeah, baby, I'm recording.
Yeah. Shake it back. Whack the top.
You know I got you on camera recording you, right?
Oh, bye.
What's up?
Sorry.
What's up? What's up? Oh, he hung up. He didn't want nothing. He was meddling with me. But yeah, oh, what I was saying was I have those seed starters out there that I started from before. And the soil that I had, I was trying to use up the soil that I had because I didn't quite like it. So, I know I wanted to take some of the soil that I have. It's the seed starter mix that you can buy in the, I can't think of what it's called, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take those and put it in the bucket in the seed start. Lord, I'm off track since that phone call. The seed starting tray, so I can start the seeds and put the seeds in there and try it my way this time and see if it does right. So again, these cabbage seeds will be in these cups. Some of the flower seeds will be in these, and then we'll be saving these so I can use them when it's time to do onions. do my onion starts. I don't want to throw these away. I want to keep these. I did tell my husband, and I know y'all like, girl, just go buy them. But I like to buy things, you know, at certain times, if that makes sense. But I told my husband I wanted the whole Bootstrap Farmer set to seed start. So these little plastic containers, I don't have to keep all the time because they're flimsy. They'll tear up. Eventually they're going to tear up because they're so cheap and thin. But I told him I did want those Bootstrap Farmer sets that I see everybody on YouTube have. They see start in the different color ones. I want all of that. So I told him either for my birthday or Christmas, because my birthday is November the 14th. So Christmas, you know, well, Thanksgiving or whatever, you know, a week after my birthday is normally Thanksgiving. So either Black Friday sell it, Christmas sell it, I don't know, but I want it figured out. So I have these here, premium flat, what is this, a flat Dutch, premium flat, late flat Dutch seeds. I'm gonna try these from rareseeds.com. I'm gonna do these again. I had one to grow, and it was my biggest. I'm gonna try to do better with these. I'm gonna, yeah. And then I have these Brussels sprouts. I've never ever grown the Brussels sprouts and allowed them to form. I'm getting on top, y'all. I'm finna get on top. She called me and she told me about myself. So we're gonna get it together. And then I got these here, these purple of Sicily cauliflower. We're gonna try these too. I haven't grown these in a while. And the last time I grew these, I was really successful with them. The first time I grew these, I was successful with them. The last time I grew them, I was unsuccessful with them. But these here, I grew these. And I cut these up in some stir fry. And I cut them like the long ways. And I did some stir fry, some chow mein. And I cut these up off in there. And I did it with chicken and the lo mein noodles. It was chicken lo mein, so chicken, but I call it chicken chow mein. Y'all know, or whatever. And I made them just as if I was making Chinese food. I had the veggies in there, the bok choy, and then I cut one of these up and put it in there. But I cooked this first with the onions when I sauteed the onions and all of that, so it get a little, so it won't be so hard. Because at the time I let the one that I grow get large, and then that's when I saw on Miss Linda's channel, the New Orleans Gardener, that she said they taste better when they're smaller, not larger. But because it was large, I used it, and I cooked it first, but I had to cook it longer. I noticed that because every time I tried to stick a fork in it, it wasn't going in like too smoothly. So, but it came out pretty good. It was really good. My family tore it up. And then the smaller one, I cut it up like fries and seasoned it and put a little flour on it and kind of deep fried it. And they tore it up with ranch dressing. They liked it. I don't know. I try stuff when I cook or whatever. So they liked it and they loved it. My mama ate it and she act like, I don't remember that. But that's okay. So then I got the purple ones. So we're going to try the purple ones too. Yeah, y'all, I'm trying to go through and pull out the flowers because I'm going to do flowers too. So then I got these here. I'm going to try these little marble. And they said June again. July 1st is Tuesday. Today is Saturday the 28th. It's still June. We're going to plant these. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I am going to start my burdock root. I have always been successful with these. And I only grow one pot and a few at a time. So I've been having these seeds for 20. It says 12/31/23. Sell by 12/31/23. So ain't no telling when I got these. I got these before that because I know for a fact they only they can only keep them on the shelf for a year or something like that. Yeah, before they have to throw them away. So yeah. I thought I had parsley. I guess I don't. But I know one of these bolt fast, and I think it's the cilantro. But I was gonna try it anyway. I've been having these for so long. These say 2021. It's time for them to go on the ground. I'm not gonna throw them away, but it's time for them to go on the ground. Whether they do good or they don't, but we're gonna try it anyway. Dill. I did not plant any dill, and I use a lot of dill when I cook with dill, because I do not cook with salt. Well, I do, but I don't. I'm gonna say 90% of the time I do not use salt because I suffer from high blood pressure. So I use dill to substitute for salt, and it gives it just enough of the salt flavor without being too salty, if that makes sense. So yeah, I use a lot of dill. I use a lot of dill. And sometimes I'll take the dill, I'll buy the no sodium Tony Chachere, and I'll put some dill off. When I get it, I'll put like some dill off in there, sprinkle dill off in there. So as I'm cooking with it, that's like adding my sodium, but there's no sodium, if that makes sense. And it does pretty good. That's just what I do. Some people say they can't taste the difference. I can, because I don't cook with salt. Like when I go to certain restaurants and I eat and I'm like, ooh, that's too salty. And they may have just put a little bit of salt in there, and I'm sitting up here used to eating with no salt now. So it's not bland, because I use other herbs to add flavor and not all the salt, if that makes sense. So now with the flowers, I think I said I was gonna pop a few zinnias in a pot, in those seed starter trays that I'm finna dump out. I'm gonna do try to redo echinacea. The echinacea did not come up at all. Do both of them. I'm gonna redo them, and I'm just switching out the dirt and trying to make it happen. I am going to do some delphinium. They are also perennial, so they come back, and they say perennial zones 3 through 7. I'm 8B. I'm Mesquite, Texas 8B. So we're gonna try these. Cause when I looked at it, I was like, I thought the flowers were so pretty, and I was like, yeah, these are, but why would y'all? But I don't know. It say blooms in early summer, and it takes 21 to 28 days, but they're perennials. If I get them in the ground now and let them grow back, you know, next year or whatever, because these can go through the cold if it's 3 through 7. Zones 3 through 7. So yeah, that's a pretty flower for like the fall and winter. For my fall and winter, if that makes sense. So I got some more calendula seeds. Now, I have calendulas growing over there. They're growing. They're doing fine in the Katrina bricks. My husband built him a little flower bed with the bricks that they had left over in the garage when we moved here. So they're not cemented in. They're just bricked with the dirt. So they're growing there, doing pretty good. And I have some more started somewhere. I can't remember, y'all. But you can never have enough calendula, because I learned from somebody else that calendula oil is really, really good. It's really, really good. I've heard people talk about it or whatever, and I do have calendula soaking in oil. I just never used anything to make it into a whatever. But y'all, my camera's finna go dead. Hold on. Alright, so I switched from the camera. The camera was dead. So this is y'all, let me tell y'all something. This vlog camera, I've been having this vlog camera for 8 years, and I don't want to switch. I don't want to change. I love it, but I need a new one. I do need a new one. This one has been my best friend. It has worked so well for me. It's not even funny. Like the battery shows. I don't know if you can see it. It don't show. But anyway, like it's recording me. and it does, but at the top the battery goes dead. Like, it says that's how much battery life is left. But then as soon as I start recording, it'll start blinking red. So I have tried, this camera's so old that I have tried to look for another battery like this, and they're not making it, or something like that. So let me get this battery and put it on. And this is my little charger. But all right, so now it's charging. Okay. But I do have calendula oil that I have soaking. I know y'all like, oh, she just went right back in the day. But I do have calendula oil calendula soaking in oil that have been soaking for almost 2 years. And I have not done anything with it, y'all. I feel like you need to go this way. Yeah, there we go. So I haven't done anything with it, but, and I look real dark. Oh, well. I don't have no lights on because the camera, maybe if I close this up. There we go. There we go. Looks a lot better. But I do have calendula soaking in oil, and it's been soaking there for 2 years. And I never thought about doing anything to it. So now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, because what's her name? Aisha Spradlin. I watch her a lot, y'all. The Yellow Door Homestead or Garden or something like that. Anyway, her. I could be saying it wrong. Forgive me. Please forgive me, because I know people don't kind of get upset about their names being mispronounced. But yes, bless you, baby. That's my dog. Yeah, I gotta get this growing. I love calendula, y'all. I just love calendula. I drink the calendula teas. I do. I take the flowers and put it in the salad. I have. I not do, but I have. And it was really good. I need to get this right here started. I have not been able to get this growing since I was first started the garden at the other house in Lancaster. So, which was my last garden when I started this channel. That was the last time I was able to get my chamomile growing. I can't get it to grow for nothing, y'all. It's just like, it'll start off and then it's like, I forget, pull back, put it in the shade a little bit, and then when it gets more developed, then put it in the sun. Because the last time I grew it in shade, if that makes sense. So, I want to try to grow these. I like these. I see these in a lot of people's flower gardens, these black-eyed Susans, and I would love to grow these. I love these. Are they anything that I would use to... I don't think it has any benefits to it or nothing like that. But I just like the look of it. They're pretty to me. I have daisies out there growing. I have neglected them. I do need to deadhead those daisies or whatever. Oh, and now that I have two trellises up, my mammoth, you can't see the top, but it's the Russian mammoth sunflower season. I'm late on that too. I'm finna get that in there. We're finna get this all in a rotation growing. So I got my zinnias, some more zinnias. The green, what is these? The envies, they're green, of course. Envy with green, beautiful. I gotta close this up like this. My rosemary, we're gonna try to get that in the ground because the rosemary at the stores here have been looking horrible, and I'm not gonna spend $5 and $6 just for some horrible rosemary. I'm just not gonna do it. So snapdragons, it says I can plant these all the way up to November. So we're gonna plant them. We're gonna start these. These are the tall rust resistant mixed colors. Snapdragon, these are the mixed colors here. And then these are the M.I. Gardner apple blossoms. So I'm gonna try both of them. I'm gonna put both of them in some dirt and let them do what they gonna do. Columbine, the Harley Quinn mixed color Columbine. Reason why I'm doing perennials is because I don't want to keep purchasing flowers over and over again. My mom loves flowers. My sister loves flowers. My brother-in-law loves flowers. So if one of us start perennials and we can put them in the ground and cut off clippings and transplant them or whatever else, we'll never have to buy these again. I'm looking at the long run of never buying them again. Reason why I'm saying seeds, because, or the plant, because I want to have them for myself. I don't want to ever have to sit up here and oh, I got to go get some flowers because I need the bees. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to plant these. Snapdragons are perennials. We're going to plant these, and these are going to grow so we don't have to worry about getting nothing else. Therefore, if I can get them started, or my brother-in-law can get them started, we can, plant swap, if that makes sense. But I'm not growing. I don't plan on growing these all the time. Now these here, I have to figure out a way to keep these contained, because if I'm not mistaken, these will run. These butterfly weeds, they will run and they will go everywhere if you're not careful. I feel like either hair or something is on me. But anyway, I feel like these will run, and I don't know. It didn't really say. They're drought tolerant plants, produce many blooms over long season, and attracts butterflies. Perennial zone 3 through 10. There the hair is. Pre-chilling improves germination. We're not this AC. Some AC is all the pre-chilling they gonna get. Sow in full sun after danger of frost. No. Or in late summer, 12 weeks before ground freezes. Cool. We on that path. Sow seeds evenly and thinly, and cover with 1/4 inch of fine soil. Cool. Got that. That's what I'm finna plant them in. Firm lightly. Keep evenly moist. Seedlings emerge in 10 to 21 days. Blooms in summer. Fine. But down here in my area, it says March 1st through November the 30th. It's only June. Finna be July. So we're gonna get these in the ground. We're gonna plant these here. These butterfly weeds. I think they're pretty. And then again, my secret garden on the side, I will put them in there, which I'm going to name my garden Mother's Garden. That was my mom's mom, and she always had flowers, and her yard was so pretty, and she had garden, and she is the reason that I love to garden. I would always watch her gardens and stuff like that, and I used to catch the frogs and the lizards in her garden and stuff, but now I'm afraid of that stuff. But before, as a kid, it was like I had no fear, no boundary of fear. I didn't. But now, yeah, we're not going to touch all of that, So I'm going to go outside, get this set up, and this is part 1 of trying seed starting again. Because, again, I'm going to show you on the part 2 of what the video, of what I have, what it looks like. Only thing came up was maybe 1 or 2 Genevieve basil, and all that I planted for the lemon basil. So I'm excited about the lemon basil. I really am. Those are going to probably go into a solo cup. Yeah. I buy solo cups like it ain't nothing. So those are probably going to go into a solo cup full of soil. So I can kind of break up that root a little bit so that it'll get more established, because it's like it's at a short standstill. And it's like I just need it to grow a little bit. Which I am rushing it, but I'm not trying to rush it, if that makes sense, because nature takes its time. Takes her time. And then I'm going to go ahead and I told you guys I seed started those Swiss chards in my not hydroponic? Euro garden thing. You know what I'm trying to say. But these are the ruby Swiss chard. I'm going to plant those outside and just drop the seeds into the dirt. Probably with the tomatoes. I can't find my chart where I had took a picture. I screenshotted the companion planting. I'm just gonna put them in there. At this point, as we here, I'm just gonna put them in there. Cause my tomatoes ain't doing that good no way. The giant Swiss chards, I'm gonna put those in there, and then I got these from in my gardener, the pink Swiss chard. Yeah. Now I have one that is mixed color But these are emergency. When they $4 for $1, $4 for $1.25 trees, those are good emergency ones. Unless I ain't got nothing else. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this box outside with me and plant everything. So this is what I'm taking outside, and I'm gonna come back for part 2 to show you guys everything that I do. You see starting before, but guess what? If you don't know, this is a lesson for those that don't know. You can start certain things in my area. If you're 8B, that you can start certain things. And I'm kind of glad that she called me and told me that, because I probably wouldn't have done it. So now that she told me, let me get on it. Let me get my heat protection going. And I'm finna go ahead and see you guys in the next video. And remember, if there's someone you're upset with, forgive them, because forgiveness is not for them, but it is for you, and life is too short. Be blessed, be safe, be prosperous, and I love each and every one of you. And if you want to know how to get this started, get you some dirt. Get you a pot. Get you some dirt, drop some seeds, water it, and sit back and watch it grow. The best advice you can get is trial and error. Try it yourself. It doesn't hurt. Just start. You'll be surprised. And everybody who starts a garden, it's like the mistakes they make the first time that they tried, and then they don't know that they even making a mistake. They just like trying. They always have beginner's luck. Everybody I see start a garden always have beginner's luck. So go beginner luck yourself and start your garden. What you waiting on? And if you are an oldie but goodie, thank you, because without you, I would be nothing. And if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell, so you'll be notified of every time that I upload a video. And go ahead and share it. And leave a comment. Please leave a comment. And share it to everybody you know that may be inspired. Please. It'll help this channel tremendously. And I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hi guys, this is me, Crystal with Love, Peace, Earth, Tea, and Gardening, and I'm back outside. I got my fan going. I had to cut the water mist off because right now I don't want the seeds to get wet, and then I got the camera on, and then other stuff out here is, you know, but I do have a fan facing me. But I do have, let me show you, my dirt mixed up here with all of those right there. I took all of the seed starts that I tried to do and put them up, but the lemon basil, they did really, really well. They did. But I think I'm gonna take these and take this cell out and put them into something maybe a little bigger so they can grow better. And then I won't have to worry about up-potting them again, because the soil that I used the last time is really, really hard. It's heavy. It's really heavy. I should have brought a scale out here so you guys can see it. And the Genevieve basil, only 2 are growing. These 2 are not. So those 2 will go back into the dirt or wherever they're going. Now, I did plant my moringa seeds in there with that same soil. I have one where the skin is coming off, so I think I'm gonna try to take the skin off and like peel it off really good. I don't know. I was gonna, I planted 4 moringas. I was able to find 3. They didn't do anything. Trust me, they didn't do anything. One of them I did not find, so wherever it goes, I pray that it grows, because I really want to grow moringa. So I put them over here in my metal bowl, so it can get ready to be planted. So yeah, it's hot out here, y'all. It's 93 degrees, and that's just what the temperature is. We don't know what it is. Just standing in the sun, it could be 100. But I'm finna start planting these seeds and get it started. You guys know what planting seeds look like. So yeah, Y'all know what plant season's like. I'm getting ready to start this year. Let me turn you guys this way and show you guys everything that I'm going to plant in here. I came out with my little sundress on and my slides because it's hot. I got my air going, as you can hear, or you can see the wind blowing. That's not natural wind, that's this. But I'm trying to get all of this together. I'm gonna pack this kind of tight or whatever. Take some of that off. But again, hopefully whatever I use, I can I'm gonna plant all of my brassicas first and get those started because those are more important for me. I got my labels and I had to give me a new UV pen because my fur baby chewed my last one if I left it outside on accident. But I have all my labels and stuff. This is that peat moss. It's the, what is it called? It's seed starting veggie and herb flower containers, pots, or in ground. I got it at Walmart. It's the Pro Mix. I got it at Walmart so that I can get all this started. I know for a fact my trial and error of starting those seeds in the trays was a real error. It was an error. It was an epic fail. So yeah, we're gonna get these started, and I want to get these to the point where I don't have a tray for these to sit in, so I don't know what I'm gonna use for these to sit in. I do have an aluminum pan that I just dehydrated some basil in, and some sweet basil that I harvested. I did dehydrate in that, and it was one of those Dollar Tree aluminum pans, but I feel like that aluminum would get hot in the sun, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. So these just may go sitting somewhere within the raised beds, y'all. That look like what that may be doing. Oh, I got dirt in my blood. But yeah, let me show y'all this plant this man gave me for free. This plant right here, y'all. He said it was so ugly to him, and I think it's really cute. It's called a purple oxalis, and it is a perennial. It is so pretty to me. I don't see why he thought it was ugly. It was, and it's like a false clove plant or something like that, and it's a sun to shade. I think this would be really pretty in a perennial garden, in my perennial garden. And I think I'm gonna try, since it was free, there's a lot of little bitty ones trying to grow up in the bottom of it, if you can see it. But I think what I'm gonna try to do with this one is split it down the middle, or split it in fours and put it in smaller pots, a little bigger than this, and then let them grow and see what happens. It's just a trial and error. It was free. I think I'm gonna research it a little bit more and figure out exactly what to do with it. So yeah, I think it'll be really, I don't know if there are some flowers on there look like they have maybe some pollens for pollinators or something like that. I don't know which pollinators are attracted to it, whether it's butterflies, bees, dragonflies, wasps, I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find out. My perennial garden will be more so on the side of in my secret garden, but it'll be closer to my garden versus but if it doesn't really attract any pollinators, then I probably put it in the front of the house, in my perennial garden in the front. Have I started it? I have. It's small, it's not big. I just cut some trees down because they were leaning towards the neighbor house, and I did not want them to fall into the neighbor's house, and then I'm responsible for anything that happens to the neighbor's property, if that makes sense. So yeah, you guys have seen somebody plant this up, but I'm gonna get back on this camera because it's hot out here, and I'm gonna show you guys what I've done once it's labeled and stuff. It's really hot out here, and I don't want the camera to overload because I did take it off from the part 1, take the battery out part 1, and I showed you guys I put it on the charger. Well, part 1 video is not far from part 2, if that makes sense. So I want to be able to preserve my battery. And then my phone, it's really hot, so I was not trying to take a chance with this Android in the sun. Especially with the rate that these Androids have been going. So, but I'll get back on and I'll show you guys everything that I plant when I'm done. You've seen people drop seeds before. This is nothing new. It's the same thing. I am going to repot these. I'll show you guys once I repot these, but once I finish these, you'll see everything that I've done with these, and then I'll come back. I don't even know if it was recording or not, but I just finished with the last one. Again, we're going to try this again because it just went, the camera just went dead on me. So I planted my valerian, I uppotted my valerian root, I uppotted my little grass because I wanted to get more before I planted. I did all of my lemon basils. I took them out of the cells and uppotted those in some pots that I already had that other things came in. I did my 2 Genovese basils. That's all that was able to grow. And the other 2 cells, there were others that grew up, but you can see where it started to die out from the seed. So yeah. Oh, and then I did plant up these here, those 2, so I can actually put something in there. Then I did this here for my burdock root, and I may be too late at growing burdock root, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway. So better late than never, I say. Then I have 1 potato in the house that I may put in here, since it's just a little bit in this bag, and roll this bag down and water it in. But for the most part, I'm getting ready to drop these seeds and see what happens. I may not, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I have enough containers for all the seeds that I wanted to plant, and I may make it work the best way that I can to do it. And there you go. Yeah, and then my wheel came off my wheelbarrow. I lost the pin in it to keep the wheel in, so I'm probably gonna get one of them good gold bobby pins and stick it in there and bend it up and let it do what it's gonna do. Yeah. But let me get started with this, and I'll show you guys once I'm done. Again, this is trial and error. I've never been good at seed starting. I got to practice in order to get better. I know I'm wasting money trying to practice. I have followed everybody's instructions that I've watched. I just am not successful. So hey, let's get started. That's the only thing I can say is let's get started. Miss Linda does hers and these, and she has been successful, and I'm trying to follow to the T, if that makes sense. So yeah. All right, let's get this shown around. Y'all see my fan? Woo, that thing has saved my life. Let me move this out the way so I can adjust y'all a little better, so we can see what this is. So I'm sorry if it goes, if the camera goes off. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But again, my camera is not the best. So no, kohlrabi is not first. Cabbages is first. Kohlrabi gonna have to come a little later, because my favorite is cabbage. And in my house, cabbage is a must. And don't be looking at my wing, my bat wings, y'all. They winging. So, that's cabbage. That's cabbage. Cabbage. And then cabbage. Okay, so I'm gonna do, in this cell, I'm gonna do my celery in one of these cells. I'm just trying to space it out. That cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, yeah, and I'm gonna do kale with the Brussels sprouts, and then I'm gonna do kohlrabi together. And then what is this? This is something else. Oh, this is broccoli. So I'm gonna do the broccoli with the kale can't be by itself, but I'm gonna do broccoli by itself. Cause I've never grown broccoli before. I never have, and I want to go broccoli. So alright, so this is going to be moringa. I was only able to recover 3 of them. And this one has a skin that's coming off. And we're going to try to peel this and see what we can do with this one that I dug up out the dirt. Trial and error, baby. Trial and error. That's all we're going to say is trial and error. We're going to put that one right there. Yeah. And then we'll put them 2 right there. So, yeah. Moringa is... Let me find the tags for moringa. Oh, here go one. Moringa. Oh, wait, can't lose it. Alright, we're not going to plant it yet because I want to know what I got. And moringa. Right, there we go. We don't have to make nothing for them. Burdock is going into this bucket here, which I really will need more dirt on here, but I'm gonna wing it. So my sunflower seeds is just gonna be dropped. Let's see, let's do chamomile. I am going to do my echinaceas. I am going to do more calendula. My dill, my cilantro. I'm trying to make sure I have everything. I'm gonna try to do the rosemary in that. So I really have one more space for something that I'm going to grow that's not a flower. And I have these peas, but I was gonna put these peas in the ground. I'm gonna throw these peas in the ground. I'm not gonna put in no seed starter. And I've never done peas in a seed starter, so yeah. You're gonna put them in the ground. Put that over here. That over here on the side so I can see these. So I need one more something to put here to start it. We're gonna try celery twice. So we're gonna put this down here with celery. Scoop these down. And then we'll have moringa stir. So we're gonna try celery twice. And then the rest of these, I think I'm gonna put I have run out of space. So what I'm going to do is oh, here it is flying. So in here I'm gonna plant these like in cells, like mark these off in squares, and then I'll put I'll try the snapdragon in that one, both snapdragons in that one. I'll do the columbine. And the Dow. No, I need to separate the Delphine from the... I do the butterfly weed in that one. And then that's 4, so that'll be 4 and 4. And then the other 4, the Dauphine, the 2 Zinnias, and the Black Eyed Susans will go in the other cell. So that's 4 and 4. And y'all, that's all the seeds that I have out here. So let me get to work and get that together. I got it all separated perfectly. Everything will have something. Now the question is, where am I gonna put them? Where am I gonna put them until it's time for me to put them in the ground? As they're growing, I'm just gonna stick them over there. I'm gonna stick them right on over there, somewhere in the garden, whether they sitting on the ground or what. But they're gonna go somewhere. I have nowhere inside to put them. I have not set up anything inside to put them. I can set up something in the garage. I can, but I don't have a dome for everything. That's the problem. I don't have a dome for everything to be set up in. So I may do Reynolds wrap until I can start seeing. That's what I'm gonna do. This stuff is gonna go in the garage. It's gonna go in the garage, and I'm gonna set up those grow lights. So yeah, come along with me. We're gonna try something different. We're gonna try. It's hot, but I know it's hot, but it's the perfect. I feel like it's the perfect temperature for it to grow. So yeah, I got that end over there. Yeah, stick with me. I'm gonna. So it's probably gonna be a part 3 to this video. So yeah, stick with me. Just work with me, y'all. I'm trying my best to get this done and started. I want to be successful. I really do. And it's hard to become successful when you don't have like the right equipment, but you trying your best or whatever else. And no matter how you tried it, it's just not working out. I'm a drop seed kind of person, not a seed start person. So I'm trying to learn the seed start method if I can, the best way I can. So bear with me, guys. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back because this camera is extremely hot and it's just gonna shut off. So it's extremely hot right now, and I'm gonna come back and show you everything that I have planted. So it may be just a part 2 if I do it this way. Yeah. Okay guys, everything is planted. Can you see it? Yep, everything is planted. Everything is planted. Everything is up potted and everything. I just planted the burdock root. I'm not gonna put a label in there because I will remember it's burdock root. That's the last thing I got. My fan just stopped. But I am going to go put the Swiss chard and some sunflower seeds, as well as some peas over here in the garden, so that I can be done. I'm gonna change the battery out on the fan, and it has a mister. So when I change the battery out, I'm gonna turn it towards all those seed starts and let it mist, and then I'm gonna set up what I got in the garage, and I will be done for today. Besides watering the yard. So yeah, I think I'm gonna come right here where the tomatoes are. The sun is like horrendous here. Yeah, that's better. So I think I'm gonna put the Swiss chard right here. I think because I have carrots over there and I don't have anything like right here. So I'm gonna force these to come right here. I'm just gonna dig my hand in here and kind of loosen up this soil and messing up my fresh manicure. But I do it myself. That's why I do it myself. I won't be upset that I use my money to mess up. Waste my money and mess it up. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, spiders jumping out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So I put the pink Swiss chard in the first 3 rows. The middle 3 rows is gonna be the white ones, the giant ones. And then the last 3 rows will be the ruby reds. The rubies. Not ruby red, but rubies. Yeah. Got that in there. So we can cover that up. It's in there. I do need to label it, but I'm not. I think I'm gonna wait before I do the sunflowers and the peas because I am running out of space in places. Because now that I'm looking at it, I may be a little crowded. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. But I got the Swiss chard planted. I like Swiss chard in my stir fries and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. But this will conclude this video. It's hot out here. I've been out here for a couple of hours now. So yeah, remember, if there's someone you are upset with, forgive them, because forgiveness is not for them, but it is for you. And life is too short. Be blessed, be safe, be prosperous, love all that you can love. And if you want to know how to start, get your bucket, some dirt, drop you a few seeds. It could be store-bought seeds, or it could be seeds that are that you purchase in a pack. But water it and watch it grow. Woo, it's hot. And sit back and reap the rewards. And if you are an oldie but goodie, I want to say thank you. Without you, I wouldn't be who I am. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe button so that you can become one of the family members. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye. Okay, guys, so I know I was ending this video, but I had to show you. The mister is misting. I just put on a little small bowl, and I don't know if you can really see it. And it's a fan that's blowing towards here, and it's misting in the seeds. It's not really watering it, but it's getting the seeds settled, I guess, a little bit. I still need to do those right there, but this is my setup. Y'all don't talk about me, don't laugh at me, but I'm trying the best that I can when I do it. So I done made a mess in here in the garage, but I set this ladder up because I don't really have any place to put like my lights in here, because this is what it is. It's a workbench, and I haven't cleaned it off. I was gonna put a pegboard up here to kind of clean up some of this over here, and then I have to put my heat pressers upstairs. This one is extremely heavy, and that one is light, so it's no problem. I just have to put upstairs in my office. But so when I do have to do orders for heat pressing, they'll be there. I just don't have anywhere to put them right now, like any stands or nothing like that to put them. But anyway, I took my husband's shortest ladder. He gonna be upset with me, but until I can figure out something better. But I'm just gonna place my seed starts right here and kind of put some of them. Only two of them came with a globe, with a dome, I mean. And then I'm just gonna put saran wrap on top of it so I can actually get that moisture to come and let it kind of, you know, do what it's gonna do. So yeah, that's what I want to show you guys. I'm gonna show you as soon as I get it set up. All right. Okay, so my camera's kind of crooked. All right, so this is what I got. These were the Dollar Tree pans that I had. I've had these since Thanksgiving, because I cook in them. I put certain things in there like cookies, pies, cakes, ooey gooey when I make ooey gooey, whatever. They're here. They were here, and I just used them. They came from a Dollar Tree. Then these came from the Dollar Tree. I showed you guys these. I just need to put something over these in the back, just for maybe a week or two or something like that. I know it's hot, y'all, and it may not need it. It may not. I don't know, but I didn't finish watering everything in. It's a little moist, but not like it should be. I'm gonna add in some water at the bottom of here, and spray the top of these some more with water. But yeah, this is my little setup right here. Don't talk about me, be about me. You use what you got to get what you want. If you don't have whatever it is, make it. And I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get this together. So this is a project we're gonna check in on, and we're gonna see if I can get a kudos, a pat on the back or something, because I've never been able to get my seeds to start anyway. So I've tried it before. Maybe 3 or 4 seeds have started. For the most part, no. So yeah, I started in my little out of order garage. This is a whole workbench. So yeah, that's my table saw, my miter saw up there, I told you guys, that's a whole bunch of whatever. But as you can see, I've had these lights before, so I can close the garage, let this do what it's gonna do, and yeah, that's all this is what I'm starting for fall. Yeah, so pray for me, pray with me, walk me through it, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm listening. I'm just trying. I don't even know if I really need to put something on the cover of this. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna do saran wrap on top of it just in case. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, there it is. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.